Wake up. Let me say that again. Wake up. You are not behind in life. You're not too late to prepare for that exam. You're not lacking time. You're just asleep, and it's time to snap out of it. Most people aren't falling because they're incapable. They're falling because they're asleep at the wheel. They're letting their days drift by. One scroll, one excuse, one "I'll do it later" at a time. Let me ask you this. What are you doing with your time? Because time is not coming back. You're not chasing your dreams. You're sleepwalking through them. And here's the truth. The world doesn't care if you overslept on your potential. The exam date won't move for your motivation. Success doesn't slow down for the unprepared. So I'm not here to whisper. I'm not here to pat your back. I'm here to shake your shoulders and scream, wake up. Wake up from distraction. Wake up from excuses. Wake up from comfort. Because the clock is ticking and you've already hit snooze too many times. Be honest with yourself. How many chances have you wasted? How many weeks have you said, "I'll start tomorrow"? How many days have you convinced yourself, "I'm just too tired today"? You say you want to succeed, but how many hours have you given away to comfort, comparison, and cheap entertainment? Think about that test you bombed. Not because it was too hard, but because you didn't prepare. Think about those late nights binge watching while your books sat unopened. Think about those 5-minute breaks that turned into lost afternoons. The truth, you didn't run out of chances. You just stopped showing up. But here's the hope. You've still got one more shot. Right now, this moment, and what you do next. That's what defines you. Not your mistakes, not your missed starts, but the moment you finally said, "Enough." You say you feel stuck, like nothing's working, but you're not stuck. You're parked. There's a huge difference. Stuck means something external is holding you back. Parked means you stop moving. You've got the engine, you've got the fuel, but you've left yourself in neutral, watching life speed by. And let me tell you something, you won't reach your goals sitting there waiting for motivation to knock. You need to shift gears. You need to move. Success isn't found in stillness. It's found in motion. And momentum doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. One action, one page, one step at a time. So stop calling yourself stuck when you've got full control of the wheel. Turn the key. Hit the gas. Because nobody's gonna drive this dream for you. Excuses are easy. I don't have time. I'm not in the right mood. I'll start next week. But let's get real. Excuses are just lies. We tell ourselves to stay comfortable, and comfort is the enemy of growth. You don't need more time. You need more urgency. You don't need a perfect plan. You need imperfect action. Every time you feed an excuse, you starve your future. Every time you delay, you let someone else get ahead. So here's the truth you've avoided. Your results don't care about your reasons. You can have excuses, or you can have excellence, but not both. Kill the lie that says you're not ready. Kill the lie that says one more break won't hurt. Starve the part of you that wants comfort, and feed the part of you that wants to win. This isn't just about a grade. It's not just about passing that exam. It's about who you are becoming through the struggle. Every study session is shaping you. Every hour of focus is forging your future. You are not just a student. You are an architect. You are building the foundation of your next level. And let me remind you, no one becomes great by accident. You don't stumble into discipline. You build it. You don't trip over resilience. You earn it through pressure. So don't ask, "What grade will I get?" Ask, "Who will I be at the end of this?" Will you be someone who gave up when it got hard, or someone who locked in when it mattered most? This isn't just a test of knowledge. It's a test of character. Pass or fail. You're building the person you'll live with for the rest of your life. Let's get this straight. Motivation is a lie. It's a spark, not a fire. It fades fast. You're waiting to feel ready. You'll wait forever. You're hoping to want to study. That's a trap. Motivation shows up when it wants, but discipline shows up even when you don't feel like it. Let me tell you something. Champions don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems, on commitment, on routines. They do it tired. They do it stressed. They do it anyway. Think of it like this. Motivation is the wind. Discipline is the engine. Wind dies down. Engines keep running. So if you're waiting to be motivated to study, to work, to grow, you're already losing. Discipline is your weapon. It's how you fight distraction. It's how you break through fatigue. Don't wait for motivation. Decide to be disciplined, then act like it. Everyone wants to talk about dreams, success, achievement, making it big. But dreams aren't built overnight. They're built one boring, unsexy, difficult brick at a time. And that brick is today's study session. It's this chapter. That review worksheet is showing up when no one's watching. You want the mansion, but you don't want to lay the foundation. You want to walk the stage, but you won't sit at the desk. Let me be real with you. You cannot microwave greatness. You build it brick by brick. Think about the Great Wall. Think about pyramids. Think about skyscrapers. All built one stone, one beam, one level at a time. Your study habits are bricks. Your consistency is cement. If you skip today, you leave a hole in your dream. So instead of thinking, how far do I have to go? Ask, what brick do I lay today? Then stack it. Then stack the next. And over time, you'll be standing on top of everything you built. Feelings are fragile. They shift with the weather, with your mood, with how much sleep you got. But progress doesn't care how you feel, only if you move forward. One of the biggest traps students fall into, waiting to feel like it. Let me ask you something. Do construction workers feel like pouring concrete at 6 a.m.? Do Olympic athletes feel like training in the freezing cold? No, but they do it anyway, because purpose beats feelings. The truth is, you won't always feel inspired. You won't always feel focused. But if you only work when it feels good, you'll never finish anything worth doing. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. Every time you push through, you build mental muscle. Every time you choose progress over comfort, you level up. So stop waiting for the right move. Chase the right move. There are two kinds of people in every classroom: victims and victors. Victims blame. Victors build. Victims say the exam is unfair. Victors say, let me rise to the challenge. Victims complain about the syllabus. Victors conquer it one chapter at a time. Now hear this. Your mindset is the steering wheel of your life. If you keep telling yourself, this is too hard, guess what? It will be. But if you shift your identity, if you start acting like a warrior, a winner, a finisher, your actions will follow. You can't speak defeat and expect victory. You can't wear the mindset of the beatenness and expect to win battles. So ask yourself, am I walking into this study session like a victim or a victor? One shrinks, one expands, one complains, one commits, one hides, one hunts. The power is already in you. You just have to stop playing small. You have to stop telling the story of struggle and start writing a story of strength. Let's fast forward. Imagine walking into that exam room, knowing you didn't give it your best. Imagine watching your results come in and feeling the sting of I could have done more. Regret doesn't just hurt, it haunts. But now imagine the opposite, walking into that room with your head high, because you fought, you prepared, you sacrificed. That pride, that confidence, you earn it now, not later, not last minute. Now every minute you study, you are fighting for your future. Every distraction you ignore is a punch thrown at procrastination. Every chapter you finish is a wall built between you and regret. Because let's be honest, life will test you anyway, but only the prepared get to pass. So don't fold, don't fake it, don't flinch. Stand up and fight. Fight for your future like it depends on it, because it does. Let's break it down. Distraction plus delay equals disaster. You want the formula for failure. That's it. You sit down to study, and then ping, your phone lights up. One message, one reel, one notification, and now 1 hour lost. And you tell yourself, I'll start in 10 minutes. But 10 minutes turns into tomorrow, and tomorrow turns into regret. Let me tell you the truth. Distractions aren't harmless. They're thieves. They steal your focus. They steal your momentum. And worst of all, they steal your confidence. Every time you delay, your anxiety grows. Every time you let distraction win, your discipline dies a little. And you wonder why you feel overwhelmed. It's not the material. It's the mountain you built by putting things off. Success doesn't run from distractions. It crushes them. So if you want to win, shut the door, silence the noise, sit down and start, not tomorrow. Now you think you're lazy, but you're not. You're scared. That I'll do it later. That's not laziness. That's fear in disguise. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of trying hard and still failing. Fear of facing the truth about your effort. So you avoid, you scroll, you stall, you pretend you're chill, because pretending feels easier than pushing through. But here's the thing, every time you avoid the work, you feed the fear. And the more you feed it, the stronger it gets. Want to kill fear? Do the thing you're scared of. Do it badly. Do it messy. But do it. Action starves fear. Execution ends excuses. So next time you catch yourself being lazy, ask yourself what you're really afraid of. Then attack it. Words are powerful. Words shape identity. When you say I can't, your brain believes you. It shuts the door, locks it, throws away the key. But when you say I'm not finished, you leave room for growth. You leave room for a comeback. There's a big difference between being bad at something and being unwilling to get better at it. You think geniuses are born. Einstein didn't walk out of the womb doing math. Kobe didn't shoot perfect free throws as a kid. They worked, they failed, they kept going, and they never said I can't. They said not yet. So change the script, change the voice in your head. Every time you want to quit, say this instead: I'm not finished yet, because you're not, and deep down you know it. You want to grow, you've got to stress the system. You don't build strength by skipping reps. You don't build endurance by sitting still. And you don't build intelligence by avoiding hard chapters. Studying is like training. It's not supposed to be comfortable. It's supposed to stretch you, challenge you, fatigue you. That confusion you feel, that's part of growth. That frustration, that's the burn before the breakthrough. You think the top students never struggle. No. They just struggle in silence, while others make excuses out loud. So the next time you don't understand a topic, don't run from it. Lean in, because that's your mental workout. And every page you read, every question you attempt, is a rep, is a game, is a win. Show up for the training, and you'll show up strong on exam day. You don't need to plan out your entire semester right now. You don't need to figure out every subject tonight. All you need to do is this: win the next 10 minutes. 10 minutes of pure focus. 10 minutes without distractions. 10 minutes of effort, even if it's uncomfortable. Then repeat, and repeat again. And suddenly you've got an hour, a chapter, a breakthrough. People fail because they look too far ahead and get overwhelmed. But the real wins, they happen in the small windows, the micro moments of choice. Anyone can study for 10 minutes, even on a bad day, even when tired. So don't think big, think right now. Ask yourself, can I win the next 10? Then do it. Then ask again, because greatness isn't one giant leap, it's 1,000 small wins stacked together. The inner voice, your mind is either your coach or your enemy. Let me tell you something that can change everything. Your mind is either your coach or your enemy. There is no neutral. Every single day, your brain is talking to you. And the question is, what is it saying? Is it whispering, you're not smart enough? Why bother trying? You'll probably mess it up again. Or is it pushing you forward, telling you, let's go, you've got this, keep moving? That voice, the one you hear in quiet moments, is the one shaping your results, is planting seeds, and what you plant is what you harvest. Negative thoughts, they grow weeds. Doubt, fear, hesitation, positive empowering thoughts, they grow discipline, focus, resilience. You've got to choose which voice wins. And if that voice in your head has been tearing you down instead of building you up, it's time to fire that inner critic and hire a coach, because the most important conversation of your life is the one you're having with yourself. Close your eyes for a second. No, really, picture this. It's exam day. You walk in with confidence, not fear. You're prepared, calm, cue and ready. You take a seat. You flip a paper, and a little smile creeps in, because you've seen this before in your mind. That's not fantasy. That's mental training. That's visualization. And it's a weapon most people never even think to use. Athletes use it. Michael Phelps visualized every stroke of every race before he swam it. Kobe Bryant saw the last second shot go in before he even touched the ball. Winners see the win before they earn it. So here's what you do. See yourself opening your books. See yourself focused, not distracted. See yourself conquering the material and crushing that test. Because once your mind believes it's possible, your body starts moving like it's inevitable. See the finish line, then start sprinting like you've already crossed it. It's time to do a cleanup, not your room, your mindset. You've been holding on to garbage thoughts for too long. I can't do this. I'm not a good student. I'm just not built for this kind of pressure. Delete, erase, remove, because those aren't facts, they're infections. If your computer ran on corrupted files, you'd reset it. So why let your brain run on self-doubt and excuses? Let me give you new code. Instead of I can't, say I will learn. Instead of I'll try, say I will finish. Instead of I'm not good at this, say I'm not done yet. Every time you choose power over pity, you rewrite the script, and every new thought becomes the blueprint for the new version of you. Let's talk about how to make these thoughts stick, because one positive thought isn't enough. You need to burn it in. You need repetition. Your brain believes what it hears the most, so flood it with truth. Say it out loud. Say it every day. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am unstoppable. Again, I am disciplined. I am focused. I am unstoppable. One more time. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am unstoppable. That's not hype. That's rewiring. That's how you shift your identity. The more you say it, the more you start to act like it. The more you act like it, the more it becomes real. And soon, you won't just believe it, you'll embody it. Because confidence isn't built in the moment, it's built in the repetitions. Let me be crystal clear. You don't need to work more, you need to work smarter. Hard work without direction is just exhaustion. Effort without structure. That's chaos, disguised as productivity. You can spend 6 hours studying, but if half that time was scrolling, snacking, or staring off into space, did you really study? You need a plan, not a pretty planner with colorful pens, a real actionable plan. Start with time blocks. Divide your study sessions by topic. Set a timer. Focus hard. Take short breaks, then dive back in. Use techniques that work. Pomodoro, active recall, spaced repetition, not just reading, but reviewing, testing, quizzing yourself.
This is a battle, and in battle, your strategy decides your survival. So stop going in blind, hoping to figure it out. Map it, attack it, study with precision, and you'll win with power. Let's be honest, you're not losing to your books, you're losing to your phone. That screen in your pocket, it's not just a device, it's a doorway to delay. Every ping, every buzz, every scroll is another step away from your goal. And you know it, you've said it before, just 5 minutes, and suddenly an hour's gone. And your energy, drained. Every scroll is a stab in your own back. Every quick check is a cut to your momentum. You're not distracted by accident, you're being pulled by design. So what do? Put it on airplane mode, lock it away. Use an app blocker, whatever it takes. Because if you don't control your phone, it will control you. And here's the truth. Discipline starts where convenience ends. So choose discomfort now, or regret later. You're gonna get tired. You're gonna feel like quitting. But let me say this loud. Fatigue is not failure. It's part of the process. Even warriors need to breathe. Even champions need to pause. Rest isn't weakness, it's recovery. But here's the key. Rest, don't escape. Rest doesn't mean Netflix marathons. Rest doesn't mean disappearing for hours in social media. Real rest rebuilds you. It's stretching, it's walking, it's sleeping, it's recharging your mind, not numbing it. Because when you rest right, you rise stronger. And when you rise stronger, you attack harder. You're not a robot, you're human. But you're a human on a mission. So pause when needed, but never press stop. You want to get serious? Then build an environment that demands excellence. Your space should reflect your mindset. Clean desk, no clutter, no chaos. Everything in its place, books, notes, tools, ready for war. Make it sacred. This is not a lounge. This is a launch pad. When you step into your study zone, your brain should know this is where focus lives. This is where winners are made and protected. Tell your family, tell your friends. When you're in this zone, you're not available for small talk or side quests. Because the truth is, environment shapes behavior. A messy space invites a messy mind. A focused space that creates a focused you. So don't wait for motivation to show up. Build a space that summons it. Let's talk about pressure. That tight feeling in your chest. That voice saying you can't mess this up. That fear of failure. Most people run from it. But let me tell you something powerful. Pressure is a privilege. If you feel pressure right now, it means you're in the arena. It means something is on the line. It means you care. You only feel pressure when something matters. The person who doesn't care, they feel nothing. But you're in the game. That's why it feels heavy. So don't wish it away. Wear it like armor. Let it remind you that you're chasing something worth fighting for. Pressure means you're showing up. It means you've got potential. The only people who don't feel pressure are the ones hiding from challenge. So stop cursing the weight. Start carrying it like a champion. Imagine a life with no pressure, no tests, no expectations, no deadlines. Sounds peaceful, maybe. But let me be real, it's also purposeless. Because without pressure, there's no growth, no urgency, no hunger. Pressure is the pulse of purpose. It pushes you, it sharpens you, it forces you to decide fold or fight. Look at diamonds. They're just cold until pressure makes them shine. That same pressure that breaks the weak, it reveals the strong. So when you feel the heat, don't say why me, say try me. Because this isn't about avoiding the pressure, it's about rising in the middle of it. If you've got pressure in your life, good. That means you've got a shot to become something greater. You feel nervous before a test, good. That racing heart, those sweaty palms, they're not signs of weakness. They're signs you're alive, signs you care. Fear is energy. What matters is where you send it. You can let it freeze you, or you can turn it into fire. Because fear, when controlled, becomes focus. It sharpens your mind. It lifts your senses. Look at high performers, athletes, artists, speakers. They all feel it, but they don't run. They channel it. Your body is telling you, wake up. This matters. So listen, lean in. Let fear push you forward. The same fear that says, what if I fail, can also say, let's go prove I won't. So use it, convert it, fuel the grind with fire. Here's a question no one asks. What if fear is the proof you're evolving? Because growth doesn't feel safe. It feels shaky, uncertain, scary. Think about the first time you rode a bike. You were terrified. But fear didn't mean stop. It meant you were learning something new. Same goes for now. If you're afraid, it means you're leaving your comfort zone. And that's exactly where you're supposed to be. No one grows in the shallow end. You've got to dive into deep waters to learn how to swim. And yes, it will feel uncomfortable. But that's not a sign to retreat. It's a sign to rise. So next time fear shows up, don't run. Ask yourself, what am I about to grow through? Then go through it. Bold, ready, and unshaken. Let's put it in perspective. You're stressed about exams. Good. That means you're lucky. You have the chance to grow, to earn, to improve. There are people out there who would give anything to sit in your seat, to open a book, to walk into a classroom, to be tested. Because testing means opportunity. You don't have to study. You get to study. You get to build a future. You get to shape your story. You get to fight for something that matters. Gratitude flips the script. It takes pressure and turns it into power. Because when you realize what you have, you stop wasting it. So the next time you want to complain about the pressure, remember this: you're not buried, you're being planted. Now grow. Let's crush the biggest lie of all. I don't have time. Really, let's test that. Track every minute of your day for the next 24 hours. Be honest. How much time went to scrolling, checking notifications, watching just one episode, overthinking instead of doing. It's not that you don't have time, it's that your time is leaking into things that don't serve your future. You say you want to pass, you say this exam matters, but your calendar doesn't match your goals. Here's a truth bomb. If your goals don't shape your schedule, they're just wishes. You're not too busy. You're just not choosing to prioritize. So before you complain again about not having enough hours, look in the mirror and ask, where did I spend the hours I already had? Because you don't need more time. You need more ownership. You know what keeps people stuck? Waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect mindset, the perfect setup. But guess what? Perfection is a trap. It's fear wearing a nice suit. Every time you say, I'll start once I figure it out, you delay, you stall, you avoid. High achievers don't wait for perfect. They start with what they have and refine as they go. You're not a robot. Life won't go exactly as planned. So stop trying to create the perfect system. Start building momentum, because messy progress always beats perfect inaction. Want an example? Thomas Edison made 1,000 failed versions of the light bulb. He didn't wait until the idea was flawless. He tested, tweaked, tried again. So stop using perfection as an excuse. Start using effort as your advantage. Let's cut the sugar coating. You're not too late to start. You're just too lazy to begin. You've told yourself it's over, that it's too far gone. But that's not truth. That's your comfort zone talking. You know what's worse than starting late? Not starting at all. You've still got time to turn things around. But time alone won't save you. Action will. And if you keep waiting for motivation to magically appear, you'll be staring at failure while someone else takes your spot. Every second you sit in laziness, someone else is moving. They're not better than you. They're just ahead because they started. So no more soft talk. No more self-pity. Get up. Get disciplined. Get moving. Because you're not out of time. You're just out of excuses. You keep looking around, watching what everyone else is doing. Who's scoring higher? Who's studying longer? We're studying longer. We're inner company. Who seems more naturally smart? Let me tell you the truth. They're not your competition. Your old self is. You're not here to beat them. You're here to beat the version of you that wasted yesterday, that slacked off last week, that doubted your ability last semester. We're starting motivational whisper. You don't need to be the smartest in the room. You need to be the most improved. Because comparison is a thief. It steals your focus. It poisons your confidence. And worst of all, it convinces you that you're not enough. But you are. You just have to stop measuring your chapter 2 against someone else's chapter 20. Every day, ask yourself one thing. Am I better than I was yesterday? If the answer is yes, you're winning. And that's the only race that matters. Right now, this exam feels like everything. The pressure, the stress, the deadline. But let me help you zoom out. This exam is a moment, a chapter, not your whole story. What really matters is how you show up for it. Do you crumble under pressure, or rise through it? Do you check out or lean in? Do you chase shortcuts, or earn every inch? Because your legacy isn't about one result. It's about your response to challenge. Look at the greats: Serena Williams, Elon Musk, Malala Yousafzai. They all faced massive pressure moments, and it wasn't the event that defined them. It was how they handled it. This is your pressure moment, and your response. That's what becomes part of your story. So yes, study hard, but more importantly, build the version of you you'll be proud of. You want to leave a mark. You want to look back with no regrets. Then remember this: effort is the one thing that echoes. Not grades, not rankings. Effort. Because you don't control the questions on the exam. You don't control what the teacher writes on the paper. But you do control how hard you prepare, how focused you become, how much you give when no one's watching. You see, effort is your fingerprint. It's personal, it's unique, and it tells the truth. You don't need to be the best in the room. You just need to be the one who refuses to quit, who shows up when it's inconvenient, who studies when it's boring, who pushes when it's easier to stop. Because when it's all said and done, people may forget your score, but they will never forget how hard you worked. Picture yourself 1 year from now, 5 years, 10. That version of you is living with the consequences of today. They're either thanking you or they're resenting you. The truth: you are building your future right now, in real time. Every time you choose to study instead of scroll, every time you fight to stay focused, every time you stay disciplined when it's hard, that's a gift to your future self. But if you don't show up today, that same future self is the one who'll pay the price, the one who might have to settle for less, the one who'll look back and ask, why didn't you fight harder when it mattered? Don't let that happen, because one day the pain of regret will hurt way more than the pain of effort. Now it's time. No more thinking. No more waiting, no more planning. Turn off the noise, shut down the distractions, block the apps, silence the chaos. Open the book, the one you've been avoiding, the one you never feel ready to tackle. Flip to that page and start. Set the timer, 25 minutes, no excuses, laser focus, pure execution. This is your training ground. Dominate the hour, not the day, not the week, just this one focused hour, because 1 hour becomes 2, 2 becomes a streak, and a streak, that becomes momentum. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be consistent. And this hour right here, right now can change everything. This isn't just about school, this isn't just about grades, this is about your future, this is your test. And I'm not talking about the paper on your desk, I'm talking about the test of character, of grit, of fight. You don't get many moments in life where everything you do today echoes into the future. This is one of them. So take this moment seriously, because it's not just a challenge, it's an opportunity to step up, to prove to yourself that when it matters, you show up. This is your time, your chance to transform, not just your results, but your identity. You've been sleeping on your potential. Now it's time to wake up and show the world who you really are. Nobody's coming to save you, not your teacher, not your parents, not your friends. This one's on you. You either make it happen, or you make excuses. You either push through, or you stay stuck. You weren't born to be average. You weren't built to blend in. You were born with fight, with purpose, with fire. So stop acting like you're helpless. Start acting like you're hungry. Wake up. No more sleepwalking through your potential. Lock in. Focus like your future depends on it, because it does. Show up. Not once, not when it's easy, but every single day. And once you meet this version of yourself, the disciplined, focused, unstoppable you, don't ever let them go, because this version, that's who you were always meant to be.